Welcome to Bill Raftery's Big East Preview, presented by New York Life. Jim Jackson, Rob Stone.
Add on.
Welcome to my...
Welcome. It's so nice of you to invite the both of us.
I forgot my pocket hanky, by the way.
I'll have somebody get that one.
Yeah. It is embarrassing to have my name, particularly with Jimmy here.
Well, it's the Bill Raftery All-Stars. Jim Jackson, Rob Stone.
Actually, I think he called me this morning to drive him in.
Is that what it is?
Sure, yeah. I think so.
No response to that. I didn't tip him very well.
You're back for a second preview show, back for a second go with the Big East. 4 teams in the NCAA tournament last season had that great season, and essentially the player of the year for the nation, and McDermott as well. So a lot of positives in year 1 for the Big East. Year 2 for the Big East, what are you expecting from them?
It's interesting. Ed Cooley celebrating and rejoicing at the Garden. It was a great atmosphere, as we all know. You know, Nick Buckets is gone. But there's a lot of young guys in this league that are stepping in, and it's interesting to see the coaches talk about it's a basketball-centered conference, and I think they've sold the young people. So I'm looking forward to it. Very competitive, and I think stronger in the middle than last year.
And that's what makes, I think, the strength of the conference is that you have strong teams in the middle that can compete. But I'm going to go back to this, is that the stalwarts of this league, the St. John's, the Villanovas, the Georgetown, even Seton Hall, Providence, they have to be good because they carry so much national attention, so much national regard that if this is truly the best conference, the Big East, all about basketball, those teams got to carry the flag.
And heading into the preseason, at least, those appear to be the teams that will be carrying the Big East flag. Take a look at the preseason coaches poll. Near unanimous on top that Villanova is your #1 team, getting 9 out of 10 first-place votes. Remember, you can't vote for your own program, so if you try and do the math, you say, I got a funny feeling I know who voted Georgetown with that other first-place vote. So G-Town checking in at #2. St. John's in 3rd. Xavier, who made the NCAAs but lost Samaje Christian. They have some interesting talent in camp. They came in 4th. Your reigning Big East tournament champs, Providence at 5th, followed up at Seton Hall. Program, a really impressive freshman class. We'll talk more about that. Butler, Marquette, Creighton, and DePaul round out the coaches' selection. And here's Nova head coach Jay Wright on the expectations facing his Wildcats heading into this season.
What's going to be part of our challenge this year is dealing with that. If you look at it, we had the most wins in the history of Villanova basketball last regular season. So and we have a really difficult schedule this year. So it's probably not smart to try to beat last year's record, but we would like to be a better team than we were last year by the end of the year. So you got to start from day one. You know, it's a process here. But in the end, if we could be a better team than we were last year, that would be a hell of an accomplishment.
George Clooney looks good even if
He's always dressed to impress. 3 things you need to know about Nova. Jay Wright, 286 wins since '01, most among active Big East coaches. Wildcats, remember, made the NCAA tournament 9 of the last 10 seasons. And Mr. Javon Pinkston, a preseason All-Big East first team. He's the guy who's going to be in the running for Big East Player of the Year honors as well. Not a ton was expected from Villanova last season. They certainly absolutely just crushed expectations. They won 29 games, cruised to the regular season title, had that #2 seed in the NCAA tournament. Are they still the team to beat? I think we all agree, but why?
You know, I think they're all back, and I'm going to defer to Jimmy. They play loose, and you played your best when you were loose and comfortable. They all like big shots. They're multiple position guys, and they know how to stick that deep jumper at a critical time. They mix up the defenses, Jimmy, but I think they harken back to playing comfortable. There's no restrictions on their shot selection.
Well, here's the thing, too, is that there's no ego involved because you don't have, like, what you would call a superstar player. Pinkston, of course, is there, so everybody understands their role. So it allows them now to go out and play basketball and play free. I think Jay Wright allows them to do that, but the big key is that you have one of the best backcourts. And college basketball is all about your point guard play and 2-guard play. You have one of the best backcourts. You have 7 guys play significant minutes. Ryan Archer-Diacono really, I would say, changed his game. Cut his turnovers down. I had the Marquette game. He was phenomenal down the stretch of the game of orchestrating everything. When you have that kind of combination with the talent that you have around you, Villanova, that's why they have a chance to really be not only good, but very special within the conference.
Get the sense they have a lot of those role players that are necessary to make those deep drives into the NCAA tournament. Last year, Nova, they won the regular season conference title, but the tournament champ a bit of a surprise.
Welcome to New York City.
On the biggest stage.
Ocean's got the hot hand. The deep three.